A new year starts, so it's time to see what games we are going to be playing in the first quarter. As usual, I will focus on games that I think are interesting or worth talking about. Overall, this first quarter will have more ports and remakes, with some sequels in between. Let's talk about them. January is usually a slow month, and 2026 isn't any different, with most of the releases being ports. On the 15th, there's the Switch 2 release of Animal Crossing New Horizons. 2XKO accidentally leaked the console release date. It will be available on Xbox and PlayStation on the 20th. 2 days later, launching on both Switch 2 and Xbox Series S and X, is Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. High Guard is a hero shooter that was revealed on TGA and releases on the 26th of January. As I said in my expectations video, the first month will be crucial. If it manages to get a core number of players during this time, it will probably be successful, even if it doesn't get millions of players. 2 days later, there's another port for the Switch 2. Core Keeper is an action-adventure game with elements of RPG and survival genres. Think of it as Terraria but from a top-down perspective. I played it back when it was released, and it was really good. My only complaint is that RNG can be a problem when you are after specific resources. On the same day, there's the port of Dispatch, available for both Switch and Switch 2. I don't intend to play Dispatch since I'm not into this kind of game, but I'm happy for those that wanted it. Closing the month is Code Vein 2. I wonder how it will perform since it's been quite a while since the first Code Vein. And while it wasn't a huge failure, it also wasn't a huge success, so how many people will be interested remains to be seen. February opens with the release of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined on the 5th, a remake of Dragon Quest VII that adds a few extra stories to it. This game will probably do well due to it being Dragon Quest. On the following day, Neo 3 launches. This is another game that I wonder how it will perform due to how long it has been since Neo 2, which was not well liked. The second week of February is packed. Romeo is a Dead Man launches on February 11th. Grasshopper is the developer studio, so you know the action will be like No More Heroes. The reviews will be what decide whether this game breaks through the usual Grasshopper ceiling of success. Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties is the remake of Yakuza 3 with some extra chapters. Yakuza 3 is often regarded as one of the weakest entries in the franchise, but I don't think this will negatively affect the game. It's Yakuza, so you know what to expect. The last game of the second week of February is Reanimal, the new game from Tarsier, the devs behind Little Nightmares 1 and 2. So, like Yakuza, the people interested in this game know what they will be getting. A day later, Demon Tides releases. I played a demo in a previous Steam Next Fest, and while I enjoyed it, it didn't blow me away. For fans of the first, the sequel is just more of it. I'll be skipping this one though. The big release of February is Resident Evil 9 Requiem. The game is releasing on PC, PS5 and Xbox S and X. Switch 2 won't be left out in the cold since on the same day the platform gets the ports of Resident Evil 7 and 8. March opens with the launch of Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly Remake on the 12th for all current-gen platforms. 1 day later, Capcom releases Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. I really underestimated the Monster Hunter Stories IP. When they first announced it, I thought it would fail, but the series has managed to survive just fine. Crimson Desert is a single-player open-world RPG developed by Pearl Abyss, the same developers of Black Desert. I am very skeptical of this game. Previews have been positive, but I feel like we've seen the same thing repeatedly, which makes me suspicious that the final game won't be as promising as the trailers have shown. On March 27, Capcom will release Mega Man Star Force Collection. I've played Star Force before and didn't like it, but I'm happy for Star Force fans out there. On the same day, IO Interactive launches the biggest game of the month. 007 First Light is a new take on the Bond series, with a new origin story. They revealed the main villain of the game at TGA, but I don't think it made an impact. Lastly, Marathon is scheduled for March. but considering that Bungie isn't really marketing anything beyond just posting videos on their YouTube channel, I won't be surprised if it gets delayed again. These were the releases of the first quarter of 2026. As I said in the beginning of the video, this first quarter is more about remakes and ports, so people will mostly be playing what they already know and love. If you want to add a game I left out, leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you around.